has just begun. The choices he has made, his bed is already laid, because he's a dead man walking.
You'd be surprised.
Jimmy?
Yeah, Xander. How's the radio over there? Here's your... and he says tossing you the armor as he does that.
Thank you. I'm going to take the armor and everything, and I talked to someone and said, I understand you want to protect your son and everything, but sometimes every boy needs to become a man. And right now we're vastly outnumbered. I mean vastly outnumbered. If we could have anything can help right now. We're 4 people against the whole army. He needs the help.
Who says we're going to fight a whole army?
With how bad I'm hearing on the radio, it's bad.
I don't think that's our goal right now, Xander. We only got 1 gun. We weren't going to take on 1 security guard.
I know, but I'm saying if we have to, we need to have as much gunpowder as possible.
No. Xander, what we need is to go to the ATV. We're going to take it, and we're just going to ride out into the woods, and we're just going to hide out there until this all blows over. We'll have the radio. Right. We'll hear them chattering.
Right, I'm just saying, until we get there, we don't know where they're at right now. They could be at the ATV already. They could be anywhere. We have to be safe rather than sorry right now.
Haven't you been listening to them? What have they been saying?
I'll let him know again how bad it is out there.
Jimmy will take a moment to listen in on it. He probably has a better understanding of what they're saying, too.
So, to give you a little bit more information as well on when you're describing what's out there, there isn't an enormous amount on the planet. So there's not like the great ravine of hiding, but you do know that there are several different survey sites where your colony has a few scientists that are, they do, a geothermal survey. They do some, they take biological samples. So you do know there are several locations out there in this sort of temperate climate. There's no surface water, but you know that there is, it's temperate enough that there is some foliage out there. And you could go out there, and there are some places where there could even be scientists right now working, and they are
and have no idea.
They could have no idea what's going on. So listening in on the chatter, it does not sound like it's going well for the security service forces of your colony. You're hearing some chatter from people that you recognize as Seegson personnel, and you're hearing some chatter from the specifically colonial marshals, and it sounds like they're, in a pretty tight firefight, both in C and D block area and in the sub level, and you're not hearing any chatter from anywhere else on the.
There's no UPP radio chatter.
At least this current radio isn't.
That's true. So you know what? I'll actually toss it over to Max and hand him the radio and go, see if you can hone in on the UPP signal here. I think it happens within these ranges. That's what my training manual used to say. I think you know how to do that, Max.
Before you hop into that, while you were searching the armory, and while Xander was first on the radio, is there anything that Max wanted to do specifically?
Where's the ship at?
All the way on the other side of the colony, over by the spaceport.
Oh yes, way over here on the spaceport, you know that there is at least your little shuttle. Rockets.
Shuttle.
Oh, luckily I drew that on the GM level because that was terrible. But you know there is a shuttle on in the spaceport section. Your ship can't make planetfall, so your ship is
still in orbit.
In orbit. Probably docked with one of the normally unmanned satellites.
Since I don't see something, are you saying the ship is like over here somewhere?
Yes, it's I forgot I was on the DM level, but yeah, it's somewhere over here. I think these are.
Oh,
These
I was
are,
on the
these
wrong level. I
yeah.
I was
Yes,
on level. I was on level 1.
Yeah, it's the level 1 doesn't actually have any. I think that's like an under level, so they can do repair work. No, it looks like level 1 is where it actually is. It doesn't look like there's anything on level 2, but either way, the same thing. Probably right there. Probably being refueled.
Cool, and I assume there's like a map around here, right?
Yeah. I mean, you guys know the colony, but there's probably also a map laying around in the F block.
Oh, random question real quick. I would assume the personal
Yeah.
effects were probably also up in the armory, right?
Yes.
Cool, got my smokes. The important things.
Right. Do I have to get a baton or something melee oriented?
Yeah, here, take the stun baton.
Thank you.
Here, take the knife too. I mean, I got like extra one over here.
All right, good. Thank you.
Yeah, take one of the flashbangs as well.
So the rules for these weapons are on pages 120 to about 130. The grenades are on page 121. They for your not 121. They're on the heavy weapons section. They're on page 125. So basically, with a frag grenade, it's a blast power 9, so 9 points of dice and 1 point of extra damage. With other targets suffering explosive damage. Smoke grenade does no damage, but blocks line of sight into, out of, and through a target zone, just like you think it might. And a flashbang forces all targets in the zone to make an immediate stamina roll, no action cost, or lose their next slow action. So you'd lose your next chance to fire, essentially.
Sweet.
If a grenade misses, it lands in a random adjacent zone.
Okay.
I've spent my time detailing my plan.
Right. I think I would give the flashbang to Max as low key as I can.
Yeah, so once Max rolls back around, we're tossing him stuff whenever he's done with his part.
Oh, cool. Flashbang.
What does this do?
Max, no! Dang, he used to just disappear again. Damn ninja. But yeah, did Max do everything he was looking to do there?
Yeah, so you found so he's drawn a map here, a route for you guys to take. So you go through B block to the arcade, and then from the arcade, in between A and C block, and into the spaceport.
Why don't we just go all the way around?
So he brings you a map, and he's like, I've got it.
Have you not seen the newest edition of Ridge Racer? We got to get in there before it gets shot up.
I mean, one game won't hurt, right?
It's Ridge Racer.
Look, if more of them are here, they came in on their own shuttle. In fact, they probably have a contingent sitting there guarding their shuttle just in case they need to evac. The safest way is still out of here, but I got another plan. At this point, I think I'm tossing the radio over to Max and saying what I said. It's like, try these ranges. This is what the UPP was supposed to use in my Colonial Marines manual. I'm sure you can figure it out.
I'm sure you can figure it out throwing the important radio to a child. Here you go. This is what all our lives are depending on. I'm sure
Max,
you can
don't
figure
sell
it
yourself short. You hijacked a damn spaceship. I'm sure you can configure a radio.
I was more aiming towards the nature of the way you're saying it. I'm sure you can figure it out. It's not like this radio is important to our survival or anything. Here you go. I'm going to toss it in the air instead of gently handing it to you.
Remember, this is a large radio that's sitting on the desk.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it was like
Jimmy
I was thinking like
rips
a
out
hand
the radio,
the whole
throwing
time.
it. No,
in which case I'll just wave,
4 points
I'll
of
just
damage.
wave Max over to deal with it then. I
Killing
clearly
your
was
son.
thinking of a different radio. So we got our ham here, and Max will mess with it, I suppose.
Yeah, a ham radio. That's a good reference. So after bludgeoning your son with the ham radio, distract them, Max. Whack. I'm an injured child. Help. So
I've got ketchup.
what would you like to do, Max? Would you like to try to crack into their radio codes?
Sure, why not? I'll play into my dad's fantasies again.
You have the biggest comm check on the face of the galaxy. I'm sure you can do it.
No, I don't. We are literally the same person, you and I.
So, is there anything you would like to use your second? So you got one success, so you have managed to crack their codes.
Yes, I want to pass on misinformation.
All right, you want to pass on misinformation. All right. So you are you managed to fiddle around and you move past the usual strange ham radio. There's always someone like yodeling and past the truckers, and you finally get to their signal, and it's mainly in a mix of Russian and German, but what kind of information are you looking for is a good question.
Am I looking for? I guess movements. I would like to pass on misinformation about movements as well.
Okay. So it mainly seems you're getting a similar information to what the you were getting from your own troops. It sounds like they mentioned that there's resistance in C block and D block, along with they're having difficulty securing the sublevel. It sounds like that's where the majority of your guys' troops, I should say, your guys' colonial defense force. That's what it seems like. Most of them have fallen back to that sublevel as it seems like they're losing C and D block. There's a little bit of strange chatter because you're hearing a mix of these Russian and German talking back to each other. Some of it is sounding like military, while others, you actually start recognizing some voices communicating back and forth. Specifically, you recognize some members of the colony that were living in the container stats.
Hey, I know that one.
Yeah, you're listening and you're like, Siegfried? That sounds exactly like Siegfried. You know the guy
Yeah,
that
he's the guy who just like eats sauerkraut every single day.
That's all
driving
he's
me
the
crazy.
sauerkraut guy.
That's nationalist. He just said it's nationalist.
So you're hearing a little bit of that. So it seems like, it seems like maybe something's going on there. You're not quite sure. It sounds like they have. It sounds like there's a. It sounds like they've secured the spaceport, and you're not hearing any mention of E or B block or the hydroponics farm in any of what they're saying to each other. Where would you like to try to spread disinformation? Like, is there anywhere specific you'd like to try to direct?
I want to say that they're trying to reorganize a counteroffensive north of the hydroponics bay.
Okay. All right. You hear kind of a scrambled response, and it you hear a mention of secure the drop pod and protect the drop ship. And there's it sounds like there's a move squad B to protect the drop ship. We can't lose that. Things of that nature.
So, at this point, I think Jimmy's crossing his arms, and he's going to look over to Xander and go, so, I wonder if you might be thinking what I'm thinking.
I may. What are you thinking?
But why would we move to Tulsa?
Close, actually, Max. I'm thinking maybe now's the time to defect to the UPP.
Sounds like it, yeah.
Why would you get a sub with Italian bread if you could get it with Italian herb and cheese?
I know, it's such a crime. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe now's the time to defect. Our chances are already shot with the Seekson and other companies. And it's not like the commies really like them much. Hey, plus our ship's already registered to them. I think if we go down to the containers, maybe we can talk to some of the people we know and just get in with them. I think that might be our best course of option for getting out of here.
Sounds good.
All right. So I think we're armed and ready. The conflict has been abated for a small little bit of time. So I guess now's the time to slip out of F block and head to the containers.
All right, you're going to, yeah, I mean,
the
that's
spaceport. Fuck
so
the
you guys.
faction.
So that happens. You guys start slipping out of the F block. You guys have somewhat agreed on a decision, and Jimmy turns right towards the containers. Max turns left to follow your path, I assume.
Well, except for the arcade bit, that was just a joke.
Yeah. As soon as Max breaks off, like, Jimmy isn't even going to bat an eye. He's just, like, sort of loading his gun, and he's just looking over his shoulder. Max, if you don't follow orders, I'm not coming for you
Hold
this
that
time.
thought. Hold that thought. Does he
That's all.
even notice me?
Are you trying to?
Yes, with 5 successes. Do you even notice? Oh, wait, you know what?
Yes, I do, because you're my son.
I actually forgot that I have 2 extra dice in that because I'm stealthy. 6 successes.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
You might notice that I'm not there, but you also might notice I'm not anywhere around to talk to say that out loud.
So, Xander, where are you? What direction are you trying to go?
I'm going with Max, actually.
Okay. So, Jimmy, you turn right and you start making your way up towards these containers, and you suddenly realize you're alone, and you look back and you don't see Max, but you do see Xander, moving in that direction, and moving in the opposite direction, in fact, towards B block. Even.
All right. Jimmy will go ahead and continue towards the containers. He's just going to sigh a little bit.
Jimmy's
Right,
thinking
so
to himself,
Peter-
well, they're a lost cause.
Feel free, and you guys hear Jimmy say that. He doesn't see you, Max, but he broadcasts it in your direction. Would you guys like to move around a little bit? I'm going to shrink your token there, Max, just so
Max,
it's a...
smash! Oh,
Yeah, I
no,
guess we're going to be in general areas,
I've
really.
become
Yeah, it's...
crushed a little bit. You've disproportionate to me.
Oh,
This map needs to be like 300% bigger to really fit tokens on it, I think. I don't think it was ever meant for that.
no, I did not quite intend it to be...
And Conrad
that-
just sits in his cell, I guess.
It's like a
Do you want to
fly
just say,
in
like,
here.
Conrad's on my wing, or do you think
Yeah.
he's going with
I
everyone
kind of
else?
assumed that we broke Conrad out on the way. Otherwise,
Yeah,
I'd
I
be like
assume-
flipping
We
him birds
forgot
through the
it.
window before we leave because I need to get experience from him.
1 second. Conrad is still here. I'm going to go ask her.
Yeah, see which way she wants to go.
I mean, I know he's already taken the headset off, but if she's sick and trying to recover, maybe poking
Right?
her every couple of minutes. Hey, what do you want your character to do? Fuck off! Get out of my house!
Sorry, guys, stream's over. Pissed off the lady. Now we gotta leave. I will be
Okay.
doing the rest of the stream from my car.
Thank God I kept my house. I mean, there's no greater symbol of I don't know that this is gonna work out than keeping your house. Thank God I didn't have faith. I kept my own lease. Paid for that, even though I'm living here. It's the confidence I have that none of you assholes watch these streams. I don't want to make fun of y'all while you're off camera.
No, how could you? Anything but being made fun of, the thing that I do to myself all the time. But I think like the choice is probably like pretty obvious. Conrad's probably going to end up just going with Max just because you guys are literally a pair of thieves.
We're not though. Remember, he hates synths. He pointed a gun at me the moment he discovered I was a synth.
Oh right, he technically knows.
Yeah, everybody knows. That's why. That's what I'm saying. He pointed a
Everyone
gun at
except
me the
Jimmy.
moment. This is why I switched from not having him as a buddy anymore, because he pointed a gun at me.
Meanwhile, Jimmy's gonna have to walk up all in here like, yes, I served the Soviet Union.
It's a weird choice to make, but hey, you kill yourself however you want.
I mean, technically, we're in less trouble with the UPP than we are with the colony here.
Technically, you're walking into a war zone armed as a known member of the other side.
So,
I'm pretty sure they know Jimmy's been in jail for a bit.
anything exciting happened since?
No, we've been
went
just
to-
chattering.
So, Conrad pulls the frag grenade. Die, robots! No. So what?
I was believing
Conrad has decided that because of his feelings on robots, he is going to follow Jimmy. Although it was a tough decision, he hummed and hawed and went back and forth on the actual decision.
I
So
literally
it
thought
was
when
tough.
you said you came back and he pulls the grenade, I really thought you got the get the fuck out of my room, I'm sick, you asshole. And that was the decision you
Alright.
decided to translate that into.
So right now we got Team Humans versus Team Androids here split up.
Yes. Who would like to go first?
Let's hear what Max's adventure is going to be like, because that's going to be off the wall.
All right. So, Max and Xander, you guys are making your way across this open space to B block.
We're making our way separately as individuals,
Yes.
so
He's
that I'm
my
not
friend,
tied
he
down
just
by
was
his
walking
shitty
in the
ass.
same direction.
So I'm not tied down by his shitty ass roll. I'm not hanging back as a group. I got a 6-point roll there. I'm going.
That's true. You are very sneaky, but I mean, moving out from the doorway, he did say he was following you.
Yeah,
So he
can
does
follow
know
me.
where you are.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm trying to lose him. I'm just saying that we're moving in the same direction as individuals, not as a group. I'm not making a stealth roll with him. If he wants to keep up, he's making his own stealth rolls.
All right. So, you guys have like it's a short gap between these two buildings, and there's no one currently out, and you guys both cover the distance and have reached that entrance to B block. The door is open, but let me just double check. You are not seeing anyone around.
I mean, I'm just gonna keep continuing right into the spaceport.
All right, you're continuing through this. So you guys are moving through. Are you just what is the actual path you want to take? Skip not with the arcade.
Well, yeah, just cut the line right there, and it's the same line.
Okay. So you guys get to you guys have made it to here. You guys have made it to here. You move through the atrium, and it is quiet. You hear some sporadic firing up in the B block here and there, and some shouts. Maybe inside the atrium, you find the dead body of one of the security guards, and it maybe looks like one of the colonists that you see is from the container stats. You recognize him. And you also see just another random colonist, but laid. One of them is like kind of draped over the railing up above that maybe you might have even been celebrating at the last time you won your raffle.
I've been asking from day one, what did we win? I was not celebrating at all.
So you guys have reached here, and you open this door to get to the other side, and you look out, and C block is, I mean, it looks chaotic. It looks like there has been, I mean, it looks like it's been in a war zone. You see there are several holes blasted in the sides, and there's bullet holes all over it. You see several bodies near the entrance, and you see there's actually, in fact, standing right here is what looks like, let's just blow it up for a second, a UPP trooper. For Space Russia.
Right.
And he is standing right at this door. Right here. And he's stationed in a way that he is not looking inside the C block, but is actually looking out.
It's fine. I have complete confidence in my insurmountable mobility check.
What
I know
would
I'm
you like to
stealthy.
do?
Well, continue.
So you're going to just go right in front of him?
I am going to be the sneakiest little kid that I can be.
And what is Xander going to do? Xander, you guys have reached right here in the B block, and you see a UPP trooper right here. Looking, and Max, I mean, do you say anything to Xander? You guys are both at this entrance here.
I think with a 6-point mobility check, you can't talk while stealthing. You are quieter than the wind.
Well, I mean, at this point, it's like it's a new situation. So if you want to, I mean, if you're just going to be like,
Oh, you say I'm
Beast.
rolling again then. You're pulling that move. Okay. I'm not saying anything. I'm letting my actions speak for me, which is what I've always
right.
done if you've ever watched any sessions of Alien.
True that.
Are you letting Xander see you at all? Like, are you letting him know you're sticking with the plan and sneaking there, or?
Well, considering I never told Xander the plan at all, no.
Okay,
Xander's
so you're
choice to follow
sneaking
me is
forward.
on Xander. Conrad made the
Xander-
same choices.
What are you going to do? You might have seen Max's map about what he proposed to go straight to the spaceport through the middle of the whole shebang. What would you like to do? You've seen this soldier. You know his plan was just to beeline right through this gap.
Which way is he looking?
He is looking out, so he's looking out in this direction, away from the entrance.
I'm gonna go around.
All right, so you're going to go through down here
Yeah.
and around?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
So you start moving in this direction. Max, give me give me a stealth roll. Make sure to remember your 2 dice bonus.
Only 4 this time. But look at how neatly they align. Well, I don't know. I guess that depends on what the resolution of your screen is.
Yeah, they neatly aligned.
Oh, I need that one on the other side and have a space invader.
I think they neatly align pretty much any way you do it. Unless you have your chat. Nope, yeah, no matter how you change it, it'll always look the same.
Yeah, but I just need another one on the far right to make a space invader. Or a
What?
tank from Tron.
That's true. So, this guy tries to spot you. And he does not. So you're sneaking forward, moving past, and there's a nice little pile of crates stacked up against A block that you managed to sneak through and make your way past. Xander, on the other hand, you are making your way down to here, and this door here is open, and you see there is an a UPP trooper standing on the other side of the passageway, looking into D block. And as you're watching, you see him periodically look in and open fire.
At me or inside D block?
Not at you, but inside D block. He's maybe if you see there's like kind of this corner here, so he's a little bit inside the door, and it looks like he's firing into D block.
Tase him with the baton, like try to do like a snout thing.
Yeah. Make a mobility check to sneak up on him.
Sure. And since he doesn't see me, can I get a little bonus or asking too much?
Yeah, I'll give, since he is occupied fighting someone else, I'll give you a 2 dice bonus.
Thank you kindly.
As it's loud and his attention is very focused.
Mother.
All right. So this guy both fumbles and he rolled a success, so he doesn't actually see you because he fumbled, and he is starting to panic. Maybe this fighting isn't quite getting to him, or maybe the fighting isn't quite his style, but he is stressed out. And I always forget to bookmark the page that has panic. So you start sneaking forward to attack him, and you see him like firing, and you see at one point he like fires, and he like looks down at his gun and like leans back against it, and he starts reloading. It looks like he's out of ammo at the point. That's what his fumble is, or his stress, his panic is. He's keeping it together, but he's out of ammo. What would you like to do? You've snuck up on him, essentially. You're in a position where you could either move forward to attack him, or maybe even just move on past him. It's up to you.
Can I get past them, or is it too little space?
Probably not into the building, but you could try to move like around one way or the other. But you could certainly try to get into the building. It just might put you in a difficult situation. It doesn't look like there's any other exit.
Stun baton.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Can I stun him?
You can.
Okay, I'm gonna try to stun him.
All right, make an attack.
Sure. Again, can I claim the 2 dice because he's preoccupied and he doesn't know I'm around?
So this second dice roll I'm making is because as you move over, as you kind of make this short jog across between these 2 buildings, you see that there is another UPP trooper positioned right here, or more specifically, because we're dealing with multiple levels here. There is a guy on the skywalk up above. So I'm going to put this. Let's see, this blue. Oh, that blue dot entirely covers him.
I think it's fine.
This guy
is out here.
Yeah.
Even if the blue dot covers him, we know what it says.
Yeah, the blue dot's on above him. That guy is actually on the level above, on the like connecting tube between all these blocks. So you, like, as you're making your way over, you see him up there, kind of standing there, but he's actually he isn't facing out. He looks like he's kind of kitty corner here, looking into C block, and he, even when he like looks back or he's reloading, he does not see you moving. So you can easily be next to this guy and make an attack. Since you have surprise, he is not going to defend. He has no dodge. So you roll one more dice because when you with your stun baton, you actually get a bonus of 1. So here,
1d6 or
just one more dice.
yeah, I'm gonna roll that just base dice.
Yeah, just roll base dice 1. So you run forward. You move into engaged range is the term. You should check. I added stun baton to one of your weapons, and you run up and you also need to make a power supply 5 roll. So you swing at it and try to zap him, and he ducks or he pokes around the corner to fire again, and you zap the wall, and what the hell? And we might as well roll initiative. So between the two of you, roll a 1d10, and I'll roll a 1d10. I got a 7. So you got pretty good odds to go first. A 6. So sure enough, so you run up. He's surprised by you. He's looking back into this room, and you get to go again. What would you like to do? You're currently in engaged range. You have a fast action and a slow action. Would you like to be in this room or kind of in the opening here? How would you like to be positioned?
If I'm in the opening, can the other guy still see me? If he hears a commotion.
The other guy might be able to see you if because I mean there is a line of sight from here to here if you're in the opening.
Okay, then no, I'm trying to move in.
Yeah, so you use your fast action to shuffle into the room, and briefly through this doorway here, you can see what looks like a colonist on the other side, currently pinned down. It looks like they have maybe a pistol or of some kind and are exchanging fire with this guy.
Well, yeah, try the baton.
Take a slow action. All right. Give him the baton. All right, let's see the roll. Oh,
You were not made for this.
How can you have so many dice and not even get one? This is. I'm so
I mean,
sorry.
at the same
this.
time, this is also proving that you're not a standard model of Android either.
So you swing at him again. Roll another power supply roll, as this will slowly drain your power supply. Another 5 dice on that power supply roll. So you're swinging, zap, zap, and he's ducking, and he goes to. You see him like duck and bob and weave, and he pulls out a combat knife, and you see he's got one, strapped to his side. He pulls it out and goes to stab you in the gut. Here is a UPP attack with a combat knife. Ah! Damn you! He cuts you. Wow. Would you like to? And I guess I should have asked you before. Would you have liked to try to block?
Yes.
Yeah, you can roll a opposed close combat attack.
You've just rolled
So you
39 dice in a row and not gotten a single thing on any face of them. I just want to point that out.
Holy smokes, that is unlucky. Did you go? Oh yeah. Did you include the several failures he had beforehand? Because I think he's only had.
No, I'm talking about the last couple of die rolls have been 39 dice, no success, nothing on them. Doesn't block require
I think he's
that
only
you have
had
an action
4
or something?
successes. What'd you say?
I said doesn't block.
Oh yeah, for blocking. I was just about to check that. 92.
I think that's the reason why I only do so much whenever I dodge. reactive action. No, it doesn't.
Blocking is a reaction that breaks the normal initiative in the round. However, it does count against your 2 available actions in the round, one slow and one fast.
Yeah, so if you block, you're losing an
Yes,
action later.
yeah. So it's actually a slight advantage to actually going later, because then you can have already declared your actions before. So then, but like, because if this guy took both his attacks, both his actions,
Oh, wait.
then the next round would start.
No, because it says if you've already used both your actions, you can't block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's only per round, right? It's like,
well, yeah, but that means he
he's going on
acted first.
7,
That
right?
means he acted first in the round, which means he used both of his actions. Yeah, that's what you were just saying. Sorry.
Yep.
I'm stuck on my one point.
So, like,
my brain works one gear at a time.
yes.
So yeah, that means he
So
can't.
Xander
block.
can't block because he used both his actions. But this guy, like, is this? How are you guys interpreting it for his action at least? So his action is going off on initiative 7. If he uses both his actions, do you think both his actions are used all the way until initiative 7 on the next round, or do you think he has no actions from 7, 8, and 9 and 10, and then as soon as we get to the next round, which is initiative 1, he gets both his actions back and now can block?
Well, it says per round, which means his benefit is going last, which means he can basically make 2 block, or he can block Xander beforehand and have 1 action left, regardless of what he does on his turn right now, since it's measured by round and not by turn.
That's the way I'm interpreting. The rules as written.
So it is to the benefit.
Making sure we're all on the same page.
First.
So with his action, he's got 3 successes. With 3 successes, with one of them, he automatically does 2 damage to you. Do you have any armor at the moment?
I do, yes. Whatever armor Conrad gave me. Not Conrad, I'm sorry, Jimmy gave me.
Oh, you guys only have armor 1, unfortunately. These aren't the best armor. So you can roll. You have armor 1. So you could roll that 1 dice, and for each success you roll, lower the damage by 1 point.
And how do I do that? I'm sorry.
So you just roll. I think you can add armor under Xander. There's an armor section.
Yes, I got 1 right here.
Yep, you can just add a 1 there.
Got it.
Yep. So he is going to use one of his stunts to exchange initiative with you. So he's going to try to go again, back to back. The second thing he's going to do is he's going to just do an additional point of damage. So he's going to do 3 points of damage to you, and you're going to get an armor 1 roll. So you're going to take 3 points of damage. What is your stamina?
3.
Is it? Well, no. It's based on strength. So your health actually increases to a 7. So you have, So make sure to note that up. You actually have 7 health, and you've taken 3 damage. So he stabs you, and your synthetic bloods, your milky blue blood starts spilling out, and he kind of like he stops for a second and looks at you. An android? And he's puzzled for just a second, and then it's his turn again. And he goes, I didn't know they had any androids. And he tries to stab you once more. Now you have a second action. Would you like to use any of these actions?
I'm curious. He stabbed me, correct?
Yes.
So is that thing still inside my gut or no?
It's not. He stabs you and pulls it out.
Oh damn! I was gonna get all like hold his hand or whatever, get closer. Yeah.
I mean, you can do that. You can sure do that. Like story wise in describing your attack.
Yeah. If he does that, like, and he sees me, oh my god, you're an android. I'm gonna try to grab his hand to like hold it in place and try to hit him with the baton. Be like, yeah, I'm one of them.
So he swapped his initiatives with you. So he's actually going again.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is he's going to try to attempt to stab you once more.
Okay.
What would you like to do? So you can use one of your actions to try to block him. So you could roll for close combat to try to block or disarm him or do anything like that.
No, I'm gonna try to attack him if I can. Counter whatever.
All right, so you're not going to try to block him.
No.
Okay, so he stabs you, and then he pulls back to try to stab you again, and oh, that is observation. What the heck? I was trying to just use my quick reference little button to re-roll, but apparently that didn't work. I hit back too many times. So he stabs you once again. So he's an android, die! And he stabs you once more, and doing another 2 points of damage. But you still get that armor roll, so you do get one chance to try to reduce that damage down to just one. So you take another 2 points of damage, and it is your turn.
Hit him with the baton.
All right, make an attack. He is going to he's going to try to block it. After after we have this all sorted out, we will describe it. So here is his block. So he gets one success. So that means he's going to use. So describe your attack, and then he's going to counterattack.
I'm just gonna just an overhand thing, just bring it forward, hit him in like the head or the neck.
Okay. So with your first description, I pictured that you stabbed him, like he had stabbed you in the chest, and you said you had grabbed his arm and like pulled him closer. So you do exactly that, and that's what his dice is. It's not necessarily him blocking. That's the damage that happens as you pull yourself closer. It cuts up your insides and you smack him.
Nice.
So you take an additional 2 points of damage. He has to make an armor roll. So he makes an armor roll. So he has currently mitigated 2 points of damage. However, with your stun baton, damage isn't really a huge factor here because all you need to do is hit him with it, and there is a chance that... Oh, so he has to actually take 1 or more points of damage. Must make an immediate stamina roll to be stunned for 1 round. So you hit him, and you have smacked him with your stun baton, and you smack him like right in the neck, and he's got this combat armor on, and it shocks him, but it looks like it's all absorbed into the actual armor that he's wearing. Let me see. Stun baton does not look like it has any additional bonuses for armor. So, and maybe it's the shock itself, but you lose that much power supply. How is your health looking? From this additional stab. Make sure to roll armor. Let's see if you get a success and can block out 1 point of damage there. Nope. So you take another 2 points of damage from his stab. How
I'm
are you
7 out of
looking?
7 now.
Okay, so you are considered broken, but if a synthetic is broken, you don't. It doesn't reduce your. You don't take any more damage. You don't have to roll a panic check. But what you do need to roll is roll a d6. So you got a 4. So I guess, when you go to pull your knife up, it goes wild as you do your swing, and his knife slashes from your chest all the way up and through your neck, because you have gotten the result head dislocation. So your android's artificial neck is severely fractured, and its head is placed in an unnatural position. All fast actions become slow actions. So your head isn't necessarily knocked off. It's just weirdly dangling maybe behind you even. And so you kind of have to do this weird shoulder movement to get your head to look up at him. Yeah, just, tossing it forward, and then you're smacking him. Whoa, whoa. At this point, you see over, as you do one of your little head flops to look at him, you see behind you that colonist is he had stopped firing for a second when that commotion had been going on, but now he's peeking over and he sees you two fighting, and he's actually going to fire.
Finally.
He is nothing special, unfortunately, but he has 3 dice in his. He has, what is it? Where is this? Ranged combat is agility. He does have 4 dice in agility, so here we go. Where is this? Oh. So he fires. And I forgot to add his 1 dice bonus for the pistol itself. He clunks a hit. So he looks over and he sees you guys fighting and fires his pistol. He only has, unfortunately, he actually does have one of the Colonial Marshal's weapons. So it is a he has a Magnum revolver. So it is going to do 2 points of damage. But this guy is going to have to make an armor roll again, as he is armored. So he manages to reduce the damage by 1, and he is hurt. Oh, and Cody's gone. Fleeing. So yeah, this guy takes a pot shot and it deflects off his armor on his shoulder and throws him forward a little bit. Cody, can you still hear what's happening? Probably not.
Sorry about that.
So, no worries. The colonist fired, hit the soldier in the shoulder.
Nice.
His armor absorbed 1 point of the damage, but he still took 1 point of damage, and now he's bleeding from the shoulder. And
Excellent.
it is back to this guy here, and he's like, you android freak! Why won't you just die? And he will try to attack you again. Would you like to do any action?
I'll defend now.
Yourself.
Yeah.
So the one thing is, now that you have your head has been dislocated, fast actions are now slow actions, and so blocking would normally be a fast action. So this will take your slow action for the round, which means you won't be able to attack yourself.
That's fine. I'm going to leave it to the other guy to kill him.
That's fine.
All
Cody
right.
had no intention to attack himself.
Make a combat roll.
Sure.
As he tries to stab you once more with the combat knife. He fumbles. He gets a 1. So with your close combat result, what would you like to do with that?
He tries to give it with the knife again, right? I want to try to grab like his wrist and either squeeze it to get it out, or just hold it in place. Not sure exactly which I could do.
Yeah, so you have several options. It lists 3 options. One, you can reduce damage. He's doing no damage, so you don't have to do that one. The other one is you can deal damage with your weapon that you have. Although the only thing is you can't use extra points to do more damage. And the third thing you can do is disarm. So
I disarm him.
you could certainly, so you certainly grab his wrist and start squeezing.
Exactly.
He cries out in pain. Maybe you hear some snapping as you break some small bones in his wrist or hand even, and his knife drops. That is his actions. And with his fumble, he has ran out of ammo on his combat knife. So he did fumble, so I believe that will give him. Does that give him 1 additional stress? And he's going to make a panic roll. And he seems to be, he's starting to breathe heavy, and he's looking a little nervous, and his eyes are kind of darting between you, which is kind of a weird half headless creature thing, and the guy that's shooting him. And he's getting a little worried. It's now your turn.
Hit the baton.
So you've used your slow action. So you aren't able to hit him with your baton.
That's
but
right.
You can do anything that is. I don't think you have any actions left, because you can only your fast actions are all slow actions. So basically all your actions are slow actions, and you've used your 1 slow action this round to count to block. So I think that, unfortunately, that's what happened. And this guy's gonna he's crying and firing his weapon. Let me add this 1 dice bonus and the 2 damage. And it's a ranged attack. And boom. This guy's hitting, and he's just going straight for the head. So I'm saying he's just adding this extra dice as another point of damage. So he tries to roll his armor roll. He's taking currently 3 points of damage, and he absorbs 1 of it, and he is actually dead. So this guy poof, and fires, and you manage to just disarm him, and this guy has this frantic look on his face, and then boom, his head just explodes. And maybe because your head's flopping around, it all just misses you. And he's dead. So that is where we're going to stop for you, and we're going to shift over to Jimmy.
This is Jimmy.
You are over here. You just left the F block. Conrad's following you. He's looking a little nervous. Conrad has probably recovered his. We'll say he's recovered his pistol as well, just so he's armed. Mm-hmm. And you guys are moving through these containers. Are you declaring your presence? How do you want to proceed? Are you trying to sneak? Are you describe what you're doing?
I'm probably gonna have my gun holstered right now. And I will probably be calling out for a few names that I might remember. Like Siegfried, you here?
Just calling immediately for the sauerkraut guy.
Yeah, or any other names I know. Since we didn't spend a lot of time going like, oh yeah, on an off day, hanging out with these people and stuff like that. So Jamie will just kind of like start calling around for people that he knows.
Yeah, we'll say you're starting to call out, and you're seeing a few people start looking through the shades, and after a little bit, you see 3 different people kind of approach. Two of them have, actually, all 3 of them are armed. One of them with a shotgun, and 2 of them with, it looks like these same AK models that you saw. Mm-hmm. Conrad with when he was on the ship, and 2 of them have their weapons trained on you, and the other, they're kind of as they emerge from these containers around you, kind of in the classic maybe 2 of them they're all coming from different angles as they move forward.
Yeah,
you recognize them as one of them is the leader, because this is the person that's going to call out to you, is named Luca.